EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On play action, here's Nix. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him. DJ Wanham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Throwing Nix. And he fends him off. This one swung out to Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I just know defensively, when you see 3rd and long, you just tell each other, guard the sticks. Don't let them get to the first down line. Anything underneath will make the play. But you have to take care of all responsibilities and know that they swing it out to a back. One-on-one tackles in the open field are critical. And if you miss, sometimes you end up on the wrong side of that first down game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Finding Williams on the check down. Only able to gain a couple there at its 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30.
To throw is Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Nix from the shotgun.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
Here we go.
Now it's Nix.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
On the ready. Come on.
Nix looking to throw again.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Here we go. Ready.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Looking to throw, Young.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes The quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man, sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Here's Nix.
It's Williams on the catch.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Nix to the air.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Second and 5. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Williams forcing his way into the end zone. He was not to be denied. It's a touchdown.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked up by Riley Moss, and the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Flush to his right.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
2nd and 9.
Ready. Set.
To throw, Young. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. He's to the 15.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Hubbard is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos first down as he's across midfield to the 48. They'll go play action with Nix.
And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Back to the air with Nix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They're going. It's Nix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw again.
On the slant, completes to Sutton. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Throwing Nix.
Flushed out right. Fighting through pressure. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Operating from the gun. Nix. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Not what you wanted there. It goes as a sack and a loss of a yard, and now it's 4th and goal.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Bo Nix
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Young. But it's caught. Tompkins. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Young will set to throw.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 60 yards.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
To throw is Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Now Young.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And it's incomplete, and now just 3 seconds left. Look at the clock. Time for one more shot. One last shot for Young. Buying time to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.